The ocean is a realm of mystery. It holds countless stories, many lost to the sands of time. But some stories, the ocean refuses to let go. This is one such story, a tale of hubris, of dreams shattered beneath the waves. This is the story of the Titan Submersible, a vessel designed to reach the most famous shipwreck in history, the Titanic. But instead of reaching its destination, the Titan became a tomb. 5 souls, lost in the cold, crushing embrace of the ocean. Their journey began with hope and excitement, a thirst for adventure and a desire to touch history. They sought to explore the secrets hidden beneath the waves, to gaze upon the ghostly remains of a maritime legend. Little did they know, they were embarking on a journey into the heart of darkness, a descent into a watery grave. Stockton Rush, the CEO of Ocean Gate and pilot of the Titan, had uttered words of confidence, assuring everyone that no one is dying under my watch, period. But the ocean, it seems, pays no heed to human promises. The depths below are unforgiving, indifferent to ambition and blind to bravery. The Titan, a vessel built with a blend of innovation and cost-cutting measures, carried within its cramped hull a fatal flaw. A flaw that would soon transform hope into horror and dreams into nightmares. The ocean, it seemed, was whispering warnings that were ignored in the pursuit of ambition and the allure of the unknown. The Titan, a tiny speck in the vastness of the deep, pressed onward, oblivious to the growing danger. The interior of the Titan Submersible was an environment of stark contrasts. The excitement of the mission, the anticipation of glimpsing the legendary Titanic, buzzed within the cramped space. Yet, this exhilaration was juxtaposed with the stark reality of their surroundings. The descent began with a subtle shift, a gentle lurch that belied the immense forces at play. The hum of the submersible systems, a constant mechanical presence, seemed to deepen, a low-frequency vibration that resonated through the vessel and into the very marrow of those aboard. As the Titan slipped beneath the waves, the world outside the portholes transformed. Sunlight, refracted and scattered, painted the water in a cascade of shifting greens and blues, a mesmerizing spectacle that belied the growing darkness below. At the helm of the Titan, Stockton Rush exuded an air of quiet confidence, his hands moving effortlessly over the modified PlayStation controller that dictated their descent. His eyes, fixed on the array of monitors before him, reflected a deep concentration, a man accustomed to navigating the fine line between ambition and recklessness. The controller, a jarring juxtaposition to the sophisticated technology surrounding it, seemed almost whimsical, a child's toy entrusted with the fate of 5 souls. Yet in Rush's grip, it became an extension of his will, a conduit through which he commanded their descent into the abyss. As the Titan descended deeper, the ocean transformed from a vibrant tapestry of life into a realm of desolate beauty. The last hints of sunlight, refracted and scattered, faded into an oppressive darkness. The blue void stretched out before them, a seemingly endless expanse of unknown, punctuated only by the occasional flicker of bioluminescence, like ghostly whispers from the depths. The air within the submersible grew colder, the chill of the deep seeping through the hull, a stark reminder of the unforgiving environment they were venturing into. As they descended deeper into the abyss, an unsettling silence enveloped the Titan. The initial chatter, the nervous jokes, and the excited whispers faded away, replaced by a heavy silence born of contemplation and perhaps a growing unease. The only sounds were the hum of the life support systems, a constant mechanical reminder of their artificial existence in this alien world, and the occasional creak and groan of the hull as it protested against the immense pressure of the deep. The darkness outside the portholes was absolute, an impenetrable void that seemed to swallow sound itself. The deeper they descended, the more the ocean seemed to embrace the Titan, not with a gentle caress, but with a cold and unrelenting grip. The pressure built steadily, an invisible force that squeezed the submersible from all sides, a constant reminder of the tons of water above, pressing down with unimaginable might. The temperature dropped steadily, the chill of the deep seeping through the hull, replacing the initial excitement with a creeping cold that seemed to settle deep within their bones. The air grew thick and heavy, laden with moisture, each breath a conscious effort, a reminder of the delicate balance between life and death in this unforgiving realm. The descent had been, until that point, a symphony of mechanical hums and the occasional groan of the hull, a familiar language of pressure and resistance. But then, a new sound intruded, a sharp, distinct crack, like a whisper amplified 1,000-fold by the silence of the deep. Inside the Titan, the sound cut through the tension like a knife. The crack, once heard, became an unwelcome phantom, returning with increasing frequency. Each time it seemed to echo louder, a growing chorus of stress and strain. The ocean, it seemed, was tightening its grip, testing the limits of human ingenuity and finding it wanting. The realization dawned slowly, like a cold dread seeping into their bones. They were not masters of the deep, but merely trespassers in a realm where nature held absolute sway. The ocean, in its vastness and power, dwarfed their ambitions, their dreams, their very existence. The Titanic, their intended destination, now seemed like a distant dream, a symbol of human hubris swallowed by the deep. The cracking had stopped. An unsettling silence descended, heavier than the tons of water pressing against the hull. The hum of the life support system, once a reassuring testament to human ingenuity, now echoed like a death knell in the stillness. It was a silence that spoke volumes, a pregnant pause before the inevitable. Whispers, barely audible, began to circulate in the suffocating silence. Prayers, pleas for salvation, confessions of regret, and desperate goodbyes. Hamish Harding, the seasoned adventurer, now faced an adversary he couldn't conquer. Shahzada and Suleiman Dawood, father and son, clung to each other. The shared dream of witnessing the Titanic's majesty had morphed into a nightmare. Outside, the ocean listened. The immense pressure, the bone-chilling cold, the suffocating darkness, an extension of the ocean's ancient will. A presence vast and unknowable, aware of their every heartbeat. The creaking hull, the groaning metal, the ocean's way of communicating. A language of power and indifference, of creation and destruction. The silence within the Titan mirrored the silence of the deep, a silence that spoke of human insignificance against nature's power. The ocean was not malevolent, just a force of nature, driven by its own ancient rhythms. In its depths, the Titan and its 5 souls were insignificant. The end was sudden and brutal. Silence, heavy with dread, the passengers in terror. The ocean roared in triumph. The hull buckled under immense pressure. A thunderclap reverberated through the depths. The walls crushed inward, metal and dreams into a mass. Emergency lights blinked out, swallowed by darkness. The Titan ceased to exist. The implosion, a violent eruption in the silent depths, was over in a fraction of a second. Where once a vessel had fought against the crushing pressure, now there was only a scattering of debris. The ocean, in its indifference, made no distinction between ambition and arrogance. The silence that followed the implosion was absolute, a silence deeper than before. The ocean had won, as it always does. Their story would become part of its legend, a cautionary tale whispered on the currents. On the surface, far above the watery grave of the Titan, the world continued in blissful ignorance. The sun still shone, the waves still crashed, and life went on, oblivious to the tragedy that had unfolded in the cold, dark depths. But in the abyss, the silence lingered, a silence heavy with the weight of 5 souls lost. The ocean kept its secrets, guarding the wreckage of the Titan. The deep is a place of memory, where echoes of past tragedies linger. The Titan and its passengers may be gone, but their story remains. The ocean doesn't relinquish its claims easily. It took our physical forms, crushed them in its icy fist, but our essence remains. We are trapped here, ghosts in the abyss, tethered to the wreckage of the Titan. The cold is different now, a bone-deep chill that permeates my spectral form. We see the other inhabitants of this realm, creatures adapted to this crushing pressure. Sometimes in the murky distance I see a ghostly outline, the Titanic. We came seeking her secrets, and now we share her watery grave. Stockton is here with us, of course. His spirit, once so full of confidence, is now racked with guilt and regret. I see him often, hovering near the mangled remains of the PlayStation controller, his creation, the instrument of our demise. He mutters to himself, reliving those final moments, the cracking of the hull, the look of terror on our faces. He tries to speak to us, to apologize, but his words are lost in the ocean's roar, a constant reminder of his failure. We do not blame him, not anymore. The ocean's judgment is absolute, and we are all bound by its decree. But the guilt eats away at him, a constant companion in this watery purgatory. He cannot escape the consequences of his actions, the price of his ambition. He is bound to this wreckage, this graveyard of dreams, forever haunted by the faces of those he led to their doom. Time in this place has lost all meaning. There's no day, no night, only the eternal darkness and the crushing pressure. We exist in a perpetual now, the moment of our demise stretched out into an endless loop. Our thoughts, our fears, our regrets are all intertwined, a chorus of whispers echoing through the wreckage. We are bound together, not by choice, but by fate. 5 souls forever entangled in this watery tomb. Sometimes, if we concentrate, we can almost hear the world above. The faint hum of a ship's engine, the sonar pings of a research vessel. But they are just echoes, distant reminders of a life we can no longer reach. We are trapped in the abyss, forever bound to the wreckage of the Titan. Our story, however, is far from over. We are a cautionary tale, a whisper in the deep, a reminder that the ocean demands respect, and some depths are best left undisturbed. The ocean, vast and enigmatic, beckons with its mysteries. It whispers tales of sunken treasures and uncharted territories. But it is also a realm of immense power and terrifying destruction. The Titan Submersible reminds us of this duality. Ambition collides with nature's indifference. The ocean operates on its own terms, far older than our species. Our urge to explore must be tempered with respect. The Titan is gone, its physical form crushed and scattered across the ocean floor. But its story, like the stories of countless other vessels claimed by the deep, lives on. It is a story whispered on the currents, carried on the tides, a cautionary tale passed down through generations of mariners and explorers. These whispers are not just warnings, however. They are also testaments to human courage, to the enduring spirit of exploration that drives us to push the boundaries of our knowledge and understanding. They remind us that even in the face of tragedy, the human spirit endures. The legacy of the Titan, and of all those who have been lost to the sea, is a complex one. It is a legacy of both caution and inspiration, of respect for the power of nature and admiration for the indomitable spirit of exploration. The ocean, in its vastness and power, demands our respect. It is a force of nature that operates outside the realm of human control. The Titan tragedy serves as a stark reminder of this truth, a cautionary tale urging us to proceed with caution and humility. We must never lose our sense of wonder and desire to explore.